Hello, creatives. Hello. How's everybody today? This is Kim. Welcome back to my channel, and I wanted you to see the third video of our, let me pull back here. That's a close-up of the collage on the newsprint, the series that I'm doing. And this is just advertisement, a couple of pieces I put together. There's about 3 layers on this piece. I will link the other videos below, but this is the third video. And today what we're going to do is just kind of refine it a little bit and add in some lights and go from there. So what I've got on hand is I've got some fun toys. Today I'm going to go ahead and paint with a feather. That ought to be fun. I've got some handmade stamps we're going to use to put some more dimension into it. Couple of these handmade stamps. And I have just some light and dark. I have a Neocolor, a Derwent Neocolor 2. I've got also a tinted charcoal. These are water soluble. That's why I'm using them last. And then I've got just a China marker. If I want to put some dark, I'm going to use, excuse me, I bumped that, a barbecue skewer to get real fine marks in. And I've got some cheap gesso on my palette. I've got a little water and, excuse me, a paintbrush. And I have put some, I've got black and white on my palette. And this is a real stiff brush in case I want to use the stencils, but I think I'm finished with the stencils with this. And then the last thing is a dowel. I've got a wood dowel that I want to use, and some India ink. White is what I'm going to use. Now you use the colors that you like. I just kind of put mishmash everything on this because as the layers come in, you can cover up one layer and pick up another one. And I hope you'll get out your paints and just have some fun. It's a really easy way to relax and just let your creativity flow. I hope you will give me a thumbs up on this video, subscribe for more videos like this, but let's get right into it. So I've got my brush, and I think what I'm going to do is just start out with a little bit of white on my skewer. And I am not here to make something that's going to hang in a museum. I'm here just to relax and feel the paint move around. So if this is not your bag, if this is not your kind of a thing, you know, that's okay. You just want to relax with the paint and let the paint do what it wants to do on this newspaper. It's just newspaper. You can paint over it. It takes a little bit to get into painting, to get the flow of what you're doing. And this I use as a relaxing, let me get in a little closer to that. I had wanted to cover up this area. I had looked at this prior to, and I had wanted to cover up this area. Let's see, let me get you over there, right here. And I didn't like the real textures that were in it. In addition, I wanted to put some more, you know, there's a lot of medium, sort of mid-tones in my painting. There's not a lot of darks in it, you know, in this piece, if I look at it. And I'm not looking at it, like I say, as a full-on painting. I'm just looking at it as collage paper. This is, you know, to use as collage paper. And if you look at any one area, you can infuse color into one of your collages. This paper will grip very easily, yet it does have a lot of body to it with the paint, the acrylic paint being put on it. I'm going to go ahead and drip, if I can get this. Well, maybe we won't drip some of this on. I'm trying to get this open. Okay, there we go. And this is just a liquid. It's India ink, and it is permanent. Let's try to splats. I hope you guys will share. If you decide to do this, I hope you'll share, and on Instagram, and just use the hashtag Bluebird Legacy, if you will. If you don't mind, use that hashtag. Let's spray that India ink with some water and let it move around. Grab my water bottle. Make sure I've got you in frame. Okay, water bottle. I find painting really relaxes me, and just, I mean, it's not as relaxing doing it on video, I have to tell you, when I'm alone or, you know, with family and what have you. But most of the time, my paintings, when I use my painting for process, I find that it is when I'm alone with the paint, and I enjoy that time to experiment and see where the color takes me. And you see, this is this area right here. Let's see. A little lower. Right in here. You see how it's picking up the pink in there? That was a water-based color that I'd used. And so now it's getting into the white. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I just let the paint speak to what is going to happen in the piece. So, and I think, you know, when you use these type techniques in your paintings or in your collage paper, it just becomes more of you. I have a couple of just handmade foam. They're just sticky back foam. Buy one sheet of sticky back foam, do a design on it, and then put it on another piece of foam that doesn't have sticky back. Make your own designs, cut it out, and you've got your own stamp. It's just a real, very rudimentary and not detailed at all. No detail necessarily, but it's your own hand. It's going to show your own hand in your piece. And that's really what it's about, just letting yourself be creative and enjoying that creativity, because everybody has their own creativity. You may think that, oh no, I can't do that. I can't paint. But you really can. It's just picking up a brush and moving the paint around. Now, we're not talking about making a Matisse or Van Gogh. We're talking about your hand, what your hand does. And that's important. Okay, so you kind of have to work fast. I'm just mixing a little white with a little black and putting it on, because these are big pieces that I did on here. And it'll show up like that, just different levels of color with a gradation. Okay, let me put it right here. You want to press down. If you have a roller nearby or a brayer, it just can roll out like so. Let's see what you get. So while the gray landed on lighter colors, the dark is showing up. So, and actually I have a rectangle right here on this that I didn't paint. You could brayer colors on this. I mean, there's just, you're only limited to your own imagination, really. That's our only limits, is our own imagination. And so with that said, I'm imagining that the bird flew in to paint with the feathers. And I can see that I'm going to need to let this dry quite a bit and add more color to it, because my whites and my blacks are really covering the color, and that's what I wanted. I may take it to one color, maybe in the blues and greens and the cool colors, or probably not in the warm colors. I don't work in warmer colors very often. I only added those this past time just to give this a pop for the video. But my colors that I prefer are cool colors. And it's just another way to make marks, is what that is. Kind of fun. So also I have the China marker, which will add the dark. And as I can see, this corner over here, and this is two pieces, so where that blue is, and then the top right corner here, I mean, I might want to just make some marks like that. Usually I prefer, and you'll see what your hand prefers, I prefer round or organic. See, the China marker can go through. It's going to smudge and make texture. And that's what it's about, is your expression. Allow yourself to make the expression. And then I have a white. Let's put some over here. Just so. You know what? And sometimes you'll find you liked it better before you started. But that's all part of it. That's all part of the experience. That's all part of learning. That's all part of knowing when to stop, knowing when you've put enough paint down. And actually, you can only know that by doing it. It's something that you just have to get in and do. And so many of us were stifled when we were, 6 years old and went to kindergarten. But part of expression is putting your mark down. So I'm just here to encourage you to do that. And while this may look like a mess, once it dries and we go back over it, this, like I said, it was 2 to 3 layers. I'm going to put another layer on it. I'm going to go ahead and do another video. I'm going to let this dry, and then we're going to look at it more with a viewfinder and see which areas we like, which areas we don't like. I'm going to go ahead and come in a little closer. That's that's the area that really close. That's the area that I put the stencil or the stamp, the handmade stamp on. And then we're going to look at some of these other areas. And I don't want to make you feel sick or dizzy, but as we close up, I like the subtlety. I like the subtlety of the colors coming through more. So that's what I'll refine, and just by looking at it, and I'll probably use my camera and I'll take a picture. And what I'll do is, now I'm going to come back out. I'm going to take a picture of the piece, you know, or at least parts of the piece. And I'm going to turn it to like black and white and look for the grayscale and see what I've got going on with it. And then, see, we're real close to it now. Some dots that we did with, you can use a dowel, just an old dowel, or I also have a paintbrush that kind of fell apart after so long, and I use the end of that. You can make some smaller marks with it. So let's pull back out a little more. And I think it's the variation. One of the things that I'm going to refine is over here. I see all this purple here, and then I have bits of sort of turquoise in here and pink. And I like these colors better than this. I'm just one, I never like orange and black, and I put that on there just in the process of doing this, because that's what we're focused on, is process. Not the end product, but the process of it. So now that I'm refining it, I'm going to go ahead and put some more color here. Maybe a pink or a yellow. I prefer that over orange. Although orange is complementary to blue. That's why I had that on the palette with this. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead on this third video, and I'm going to let these, got a lot of liquid here and the water that I've put in here, and just let this dry, and we'll come back and I'm going to do a fourth video, and we're going to see where this is going. I hope you guys are really getting, you know, just picking up some newspaper. You could even paint on envelopes. There's so many different things you can recycle and paint on. Put yourself some gesso on it and put down some acrylic paint. It really strengthens the newspaper, and then we'll use it for collage. And we're going to do another video where I'm using the papers. And let's pull, wait, that was pulling it in, so sorry. Let's pull this out, get my finger out of the way. And so this is the two pieces of the newspaper, and see, it's lighter here, and I tended to focus more in the center of it. And now I'm going to get some of the edges because I wanted to keep it in frame for you. But, you know, try this and let me know. Leave me a comment, please, and let me know if you enjoy these type videos, or if you like the stitching videos more, and maybe you like the outdoors. It's rainy here and cold. I don't know what it's doing where you are today, but it's rainy and cold, like 60. I mean, it was 90 degrees a couple days ago, and now today the high is like 58 or 60. So it's just weird weather in the times we live in right now. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks so much. And just, you know, keep painting, get creative.